Hi guys, Big Rig 150 here. I want to talk to you about something sales for Kia, Hyundai, and Nissan. Now, I'm not a fan of either of any of those manufacturers, but when you start seeing sales numbers slump for some of the more aggressive car manufacturers, it's usually of concern. And what I mean by that is going back about 5 years ago, Kia and Hyundai had a 5 to 7% market share each. Now that's almost a 20% market share, which is huge for two South Korean manufacturers. There's a lot of manufacturers. I'm not including Mercedes, BMW, Lexus, your high-end vehicles. I'm talking strictly your everyday car. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Hyundai, Honda, Subaru. Those manufacturers are the ones that make up the bulk of your sales each year. Now, why is it such a big deal? When you're looking at 5 to 7% of the share, and you are now hovering around 3%, that's huge numbers that have changed, especially in Honda and Kia. Nissan, I couldn't get the exact number, but they're looking to drop off also. All three manufacturers make some great commercials and they're always advertising. Sometimes their ads are a little too unbelievable, but they still draw people in. Now, in the case of Nissan, they've lost 20% of their, what's the exact wording of it? Nissan operating income fell 20% since the beginning of the year, and sales have dropped. Sedan sales have fallen 17%, where SUVs have gone up 2.7. So they are starting to feel the crunch that Ford, Dodge, Chrysler saw coming. Dodge and Chrysler were on top of moving from a sedan. I keep saying car, but I mean sedan. A sedan-driven market to an SUV-driven market. Now, the average SUV manufacturer sales numbers is roughly 63% of their overall sales. So when you start looking at those numbers, you're seeing about 4 years ago, it was reversed. Now, people will say, "Oh, well, that's because of the tariffs and everything else." No, it's not with the tariffs. The tariffs have only gone into effect the past few months. Is it affecting sales right this minute? Maybe, but not from 2 years ago. We have the full numbers. Or even the beginning of this year, I looked at some of the numbers that they had, and they're down. So it's not the tariffs. I think it's the manufacturers and the consumers have decided to change their mentality. The mentality of a sedan versus an SUV. Right now, I live in Jersey, so on the shore, and gas price at the local pump was about $2.50. Now I know in New York you're still either just above or just under $3, but you're seeing the gas prices starting to come down. usually that means there's an indication of more SUV sales. Now, just 2 months ago, gas was at almost $3 a gallon, $2.85. You know, towards the end of the summer, right after Labor Day. So you see, it's not from that. I think the American consumer just is tired of sedans. Everybody's getting into these SUVs. Everybody's getting into bigger. When it comes into bigger, guess what? The price of the car gets higher and higher. So you're seeing just crazy numbers across the board. Now, Kia is making headway in the SUV market. They actually are just going to be releasing the Telluride. Now, if you follow my videos, a couple of videos ago, I did a little snippet on SEMA 2018. They actually introduced the Telluride with all the customizations. It looks very cool. It looks very good. That could be your future for rides, for people that like the Kia brand. I'm not a huge fan of Kia, but I respect them. Believe it or not, as ugly as the Kia Soul looks, that's a comfortable car. Me being a big guy, I fit in it comfortably. So they definitely hit it out of the park with size and comfort. And Kia is always going to have that car. If they ever get rid of that car, they're going to hurt. But they're starting to transition to your SUVs. Dodge and Chrysler Soul is coming 2 years ago. Ford just announced over the summer they're getting rid of their sedan line. And people are like, why? The market has changed. Certain visionaries have seen it, and that's the thing that most people don't realize. You could be a person that loves sedans, loves the feel of a sedan. Other guys like myself, we like a truck. We like something a little more stable. That's where you got to make the decision. Now, with that being said, what does Kia and Hyundai and Nissan have to do now? Well, I don't know. I know Kia's coming out with some bigger SUVs. Nissan's had some bigger SUVs, and they advertise them. I know with Nissan, it's a love-hate relationship. You either love them or you hate them. I'm talking from a point of I know. I sold Nissans for a little bit. I didn't like them. I didn't like the feel of them. Now, have they gotten better? I don't know. Do they look sharp? Absolutely. I think Nissan has some very sharp-looking cars, as well as Kia has some sharp-looking cars. Hyundai, I think, is just a little too bland. And that could be what's hurting it. But people are looking for economics. Everybody's got a budget. Yeah, everybody's got a budget. But it seems like those budgets are going up and up and up. People are finding ways to buy SUVs, buy trucks. Do a Google search. Look at your local Ford dealership, your local Chevy dealership. Look at your local Kia dealership. And look at the prices of small SUVs. Compare them. You're going to see they're roughly the same price. It's the manufacturer that might have a different rebate, but they're all roughly that same price range. And it comes down to what people want to pay, what people feel they are comfortable with. everybody's always like, oh, well, we got to go shop 5 different manufacturers. Okay, why you got to do your research online? You know what the price of these cars are. You know what the rebates are. You already know when you step foot out in the morning to go find a car, you already have an idea what those things are. Do your research. Sedans are starting to fall by the wayside. You're still going to have some sedans, not many. It's going to be an SUV. If you're a sedan person, go check out a small SUV. Go check out a midsize SUV. The market's changing and there's no denying it. Fiat, Dodge, Chrysler, they saw it. Ford's seen it. I know for a fact Chevy sees it, but they're playing dumb. They're keeping it close to the vest. Kia and Hyundai right now are realizing what's wrong, and they know they have a small cycle to change things within the next 2 years. I went on a little bit of a tangent, and I apologize, but it aggravates me to see manufacturers hurt. And what I mean by that is when you see a manufacturer hurting, it's the economy that's hurting it. The economy is good. Consumer confidence should be through the roof. It's not. People are being told by Consumer Reports and everybody else, you wait the last 2 weeks of the month. That's when you buy a car. That's when you can get the best deal. What's the best deal? The best deal is what drives you away in that car. Manufacturers, well, let me rephrase. Dealerships have a quota they have to meet each month. Do you want to come in on the last 2 days of the month in just total chaos? Or would you rather come in the beginning of the month and have an easier time? Things to think about. This is Big Rig 150 signing off. Have a great day. Talk to you again real soon.